The storm inside Claire Morgan began long before the gray clouds gathered over Willow Creek. It began the moment she saw her 7-year-old daughter, Harper, tugging eagerly at her sleeve as they walked past the small cafe on Maple Street, her eyes sparkling toward a man Claire never wanted to face again. Her breath caught, her steps froze, and her heart pounded so loudly she could almost hear it. She had spent years trying to forget him, burying the memories beneath her work, her routines, and her fears. But fate had a way of placing us right in front of the things we run from. And that afternoon, Claire couldn't outrun what was coming. If you believe in kindness, forgiveness, and second chances, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It truly motivates us to bring more heartfelt stories to you. Claire had moved to Willow Creek, a quiet town in the United States, to start over after a painful divorce that left her emotionally fractured and financially strained. Her ex-husband, Miles, had been charming in the beginning, supportive even, but charm can hide a darker truth. Years of belittling remarks, unpredictable anger, and isolation had turned Claire into a shell of herself. When she finally gathered the courage to leave, she walked away with little more than a suitcase, a few $100s, and Harper's tiny hand gripping hers for strength. Life was not instantly brighter after the escape. Claire worked 2 jobs, one as a cashier at the grocery store and another cleaning office buildings at night. She tried to smile for Harper, but exhaustion clung to her like a second skin. Harper, bright and curious, noticed her mother's struggles more than Claire realized. She became protective, always sensing when her mother needed comfort, always offering small acts of love that felt like lifelines. On that particular Saturday morning, Claire had promised Harper a simple treat, breakfast from the cafe near their new home. It wasn't much, but it was a moment of normalcy. As they approached the outdoor seating, Harper suddenly pointed at a man standing by the railing. Claire's heart plummeted. It was Aaron Carter, Miles's older brother. A man she hadn't seen in nearly 2 years. He looked the same, tall, calm-eyed, and gentle, the opposite of his brother in every way. But Claire still felt humiliation wash over her. The last time Aaron had seen her, she had been crying, clutching Harper, begging Miles to stop shouting. Aaron had stepped in that night, shielding her, helping her pack bags, telling her softly that she didn't deserve to live in fear. That she deserved peace. That he was sorry for the men his brother had become. Claire had always appreciated him, but she had also always been embarrassed. She never wanted anyone, especially someone like Aaron, to see her at her weakest. Now, suddenly face to face again, all she wanted was to turn around and run. But before she could, Harper called out to him with the innocent joy only children possess. Claire felt her cheeks burn, her fingers trembling slightly as Aaron approached. She hated this, hated the idea that he might still see her as fragile, broken, or pitiful. She tried to pull Harper closer, whispering that they should go. But Harper looked up at her with confusion and said something that made the entire world seem to pause. "He's the good one, Mom." Harper's voice was soft but sure, filled with a truth that pierced Claire's heart. And in that moment, Claire saw what her daughter saw, not her shame, not her past, but the man who had protected them when no one else did. The one who had offered kindness with no expectation in return. Aaron knelt to greet Harper, his smile warm, gentle pride lighting his eyes. He asked how she was doing, what she liked about school, and Harper eagerly chattered away. Claire watched them, her initial discomfort slowly softening into something else, something unexpected and unfamiliar. Safety. Aaron stood and looked at Claire with a kindness that never felt heavy or pitying. He simply asked how she'd been holding up. She wanted to say, "I'm fine," but the truth spilled out in a trembling exhale. Life had been hard. Money was tight. She was trying her best. She didn't know why she was telling him all this, but his presence made her feel like she didn't need to pretend. He listened. Really listened. And when Harper tugged his hand and asked him to join them for breakfast, he hesitated just long enough for Claire to realize he was giving her space to refuse. Yet she surprised herself by nodding. Maybe it was Harper's hopeful smile. Or maybe Claire was simply tired of running. They ate together on the patio, sunlight spilling across the table as Harper's laughter filled the air. Claire found herself relaxing, allowing joy to settle into the spaces where fear once lived. The conversation flowed easily, and Aaron never once brought up her past, not with judgment, not with sorrow, only in ways that reminded her she was stronger than she realized. Over the weeks that followed, they saw more of Aaron. He helped fix her broken porch light. He brought Harper books from the library. He showed up not like someone trying to rescue her, but like someone who believed in her, who respected her, who saw her dignity even when she couldn't see it herself. Claire began to rediscover pieces of herself she thought were gone, the courage to smile, the freedom to breathe, the right to hope. Harper adored him, not because he brought gifts, but because he made her mother feel safe. Claire saw this too. She saw the trust in Harper's eyes, and slowly, she let that trust guide her. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun dipped behind the rooftops, Claire realized she wasn't embarrassed anymore. She wasn't broken. She wasn't defined by her past. She was healing. And sometimes healing begins with one simple truth spoken from the innocent heart of a child: he's the good one. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps more people find these emotional, inspiring stories. Sparkle's special request: before you leave, comment below what part of the story moved you the most.